expansion, we offer units that range in size from as small as a bedroom closet to as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage.
They're cool, clean, and secure.
When you have an accident, you, not the insurance company, chooses the body shop, and you only need one estimate. All you have to do is call Jerome Riles at B&C Collision Center in downtown Scriven to deal with the adjusters and insurance company. Whether it's a little ding or a major crash, that B&C Collision Center across from Wasden Cabinet Shop in Scriven deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. Call them at 579-2274. That's 579-2274.
And good morning. It is a Tuesday morning, 12th day of January. You're listening to WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Everett here with you early on this chilly Tuesday morning. Currently, we have 27 degrees here in southeast Georgia. High today of 58 and sunny skies. High today of 58 and sunny skies. Omaha River lows of 14 feet and falling. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, B&C Collision Center in Scriven, Jessup Premium Storage, out here on the Waycross Highway, and by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. And Bob, I guess it's time to talk recreation, huh?
Yep, got our recreational car rows in. Basketball season got underway last night. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We started last night at two of the gyms, Jessup Elementary and the Nest, with all of our older groups. Then our young ones, our Mighty Mites, our 4, 5, and 6-year-old league that is new this year. It begins tonight at Martha Rawls Gym.
How many teams we got signed up for basketball this year?
We have 29 this year.
And what are the age division? What's Flea division?
Flea is 7 and 8. You got Mighty Mites 4 to 6, Flea 7 and 8, Mites 9 and 10, Midgets 11 and 12, and then the junior boys are 13 and 14, senior boys 15 to 17.
And how long does the season go? And how many days a week do they play?
It runs through the third week of February. And we have the district tournaments or the last weekend in February. So of course we want to finish up that third week. So they give them right at 2 weeks of all-star practice.
Where's the district at this year?
We will know tomorrow. Our meeting's actually tomorrow. I know some of them will be in Coffee, some will be in Ware. We will get the definite ones. I think Alma's going to have 2 of them, but we have our meeting tomorrow in Savannah where we'll get the sites.
Before the holidays, we finished up the football and the soccer all-star teams. And
our soccer teams, they finished strong. Our U10s, 12s, 14s, and 16s, all 4 playing the championship games in district play, with our 16s, 14s, and 12s actually winning district. 12s and 14s went to state. There was no U16 state tournament this year. It didn't make. Our 12s got beat. They got beat out that Friday night by Columbia County. 14s got beat Saturday by Dalton.
We got to host some of those events as well, the district tournaments.
Yeah, we hosted all of the soccer. And we hosted one of the football games, the Mike game, which is kind of a play-in game, prior to the Saturday tournament, where everyone travels to the host sites to play. And we hosted Savannah with our Mike boys, 9 and 10. And, unfortunately, we came up on the short end against them.
And talk about hosting, how they decide that. Like I said, we're still up against it. Went over to Waycross to that Trim and Earth Complex for those football games, and they've just got those beautiful facilities.
Yeah, they're set up real well, for football. It's kind of hard to go against them, with the setup they have. It's all done at the meetings. You put in your bid to host district. And then at the next athletic meeting, depending on which sport it is, everyone votes. If there's more than one, vying to host a district, we all vote.
And again, baseball will be here before you know it. I know that a lot of work's been done. People are complimenting how good the fields really look in the off season. I know a lot of work's been put in on the fields.
Yeah, we've done a lot. We've implemented a 12-month spraying program. We've skinned the fields at Ben Park so we can host softball and baseball. A lot of cleaning things up. My crew out there has done a wonderful job. And hopefully this will be one of the biggest years we've had in baseball in a long time.
If you just joined us, Carl Rose, our rec director, is in here. What are some of the plans? I heard there's going to be a new layout, or there's changing the fields and things like that. And you have a vision?
Yeah, we're working on, such at Bill Morris. One thing, we need a new building there as far as concession bathroom. We're going to get to putting the metal building. The adult softball field, which is 280 feet, which was outgrown many years ago, we're going to back it up to 325, 330 feet. We got to remove a lot of the pine trees behind it, and we're going to back it up. Our 3 fields in the middle, the midget and junior girls fields that are pretty old, they're in the middle of Bill Marsh behind the concession stand. The plan is eventually we're going to, remove those and put, one large field, probably 325. Then we'll have three fields, 325-foot distance. That way, we can play any adult softball tournaments, any older baseball, softball tournaments as far as girls fast pitch. We're going to probably remove the old softball field beside our current football field, and we're going to build probably an 80-yard football field there, to house our football. Hopefully, our football is going to continue growing as it did this year. And then our future plans in the corner where the mud bog is at, there's room there for a 4-field midget boys baseball complex, 250-foot fields, and a 2-gym multi-purpose building. Both of those will house, we can house both of those there. So that's future plans we want to get into. Then we would turn that into our baseball field, and then Ben Park would then become our girls' fast pitch park.
And how soon will this take place? I mean, that's a vision, but
we've started some of the little things now. Our problem right now with doing the 3 fields at Bill Marsh, removing those, is practices. We have so many softball, baseball teams, places for them to practice. It's hard to remove those. Right now, we would lose 3 fields of practice, until we had the 4 fields built, in the corner. But it's something we're going to get started on. We're going to get started on the adult softball field here now, hopefully within the next week. We're going to kind of change it to where it looks similar to the junior boys baseball field, the way it was dressed up a little bit. Hope to start that within about 2 weeks.
Busy man.
We're trying.
Yeah, like I said, you got a good staff working hard. Like I said, everybody just talks about how good the fields look. Like I said, that's been a big thing, the improvement in the fields. There's so much talk about how the fields just didn't look very good, but thanks to your staff and hard work, the field's just looking excellent shape, and it should be fun when baseball season does get here.
It'll be a huge difference this year as the appearance of our parks out there. What we're going to do, we got a couple other things we're going to change, but just the main thing was just implementing a regular spray program, controlling the weeds. And you want to turn it into a carpet look, all the grass. That's right, it's the Tiff Turf 419 grass is what's on, all the fields. And it's made to be cut to look as a carpet, a smooth surface, no skin marks or anything. And, we've got purchased the real mowers to cut that with, and that's what they're made for, is to clip the tops of that turf. And it gives you a better look. And once growing season begins this year, there'll be a big change out of our parks and the appearance of the fields.
Again, last year, at the county commission meeting, Hall Richardson was a big topic for several meetings. I haven't heard anything about Hall Richardson lately. How's that going?
Well, we've been working on that. Just been in for a grant, for a playground unit and all out there. And we've started working on it. We've cleared up around it. The county came out and, with Buddy's come out, and they've cleared everything around, all the trees, all the bushes in the back, on the right side of the building. We've cleared it out. We started removing the fence off the tennis courts. Tennis courts are going to become 2-court basketball courts with 8.5-foot goals for the younger kids out there. We were adding some lights, fixing up the adult goals, and then hopefully in April we'll be able to begin, demolishing the old playground equipment and all that's there, because that's when our grant should begin allowing for our new playground unit.
Okay, again, if you just joined us, Carl Rose, our recreation director, again, just going to talk about your staff. Like I said, and tell us who I was working with the recreation department these days.
Well, right now, we're still, we have some job openings coming. Going to be hiring some more people. Right now, of course, my athletic coordinator, Christy Lamb, who's working part-time right now at the office. She's kind of running as our secretary right now until we get these positions hired. Got that Charlie Lyons, who's running all of our community centers, parks, with our work detail that we started with, kind of getting a schedule together, keeping them clean. You got Edwin Dowling, out at the lake. The lake is under us. Of course, we're hiring a position, for out there. Then in the fields, you got Timmy Moody, who's over all of our ball fields now. Joe Brown, Austin Allewine, Rob Royal are the three under him right now out of the ballpark. And, they're all doing a wonderful job. I hope they're all working right now instead of listening to the radio.
Well, that's what's a good thing about radio. You can work and listen to it at the same time. If you have any questions for Rec Director Carl Rose here in Wayne County, you can text us. Text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. You have to text in your comment or question. We do have one here. What about soccer? Anything new for soccer?
Well, one thing I'm going to look at this year, and I'm going to get with a few of them, going to look at, starting a program, having us a league in the summer. Once the school soccer finishes, instead of just waiting, until the end of fall when they begin. Try to get us 2 seasons going in soccer and kind of see how that works out. And we're also looking to start bringing in, trying to get some tournaments involved because our soccer facilities are great. And, we need to take advantage of that and use that along with baseball and softball and trying to bring people in the community, generate revenue for all of our local businesses and all. And we can do that with soccer, doing some 3v3s, and we'll try to get some of our soccer people involved and get those programs going and try to get more soccer. That's one thing up there at the state tournament. Some of those teams we play, they're a little ahead of us. And, as far as districts around this area, we're fine. But I believe in starting a couple of more seasons would help us, we grow with our kids.
Well, this person's going to be happy. The same person that texted in, what about soccer, anything new? Then they text in, spring soccer would be great, but you're going toward in spring, first of summer, once the players are through with middle school and high school soccer, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be more beneficial waiting until they're done with school ball. It's something we're going to talk about, and I'm wanting to meet with some of the people, some of our, I guess you would call, good soccer parents who are really looking forward to this, wanting this to happen. And it's something we're going to make happen. We just got to figure out the proper time to play it so that we don't interfere with the kids in school.
Are there any other teams around here doing that? You got to have competition to play. If you're going to put soccer teams together, you got to have teams to play.
But we could have our league. We can play a regular league.
You can just play a regular league ourselves. But
one thing we want to do is host tournaments. There's lots of travel teams that play, especially this 3v3.
Oh yeah, a lot of travel teams out there.
And we would like to get to hosting some of those tournaments.
Okay, so you're looking at it as playing basically here Wayne County teams against teams, and then maybe hosting some tournaments.
Yes.
And then it's late spring, early summer. Okay.
Yes.
When you talk about hosting tournaments, you bring people in, you have to have problems with the motel. Have you checked with any of the local motels?
Yeah, I think that issue is getting a little better. Commissioner Ralph, he kind of spearheaded that a little bit, with the motels, and which I think was a good thing. It's a positive thing for our community because we do need that. Because I didn't realize that was an issue until I got here, and people were saying, well, we'll come play there, but we're not staying there. And I was like, why? And they said, go look at your motels. And that's when I started hearing, the chatter, what was going on in motels. But from what I hear, I don't know if it's all of them, but I guess a few of them are working, and they have made a difference in their rooms and working on more cleanliness so we can have people come and stay.
We definitely got to get that problem resolved because, like I said, people have to have a clean place to stay if they're going to come stay. So hopefully there's some improvements have been made. I know one motel really did a lot at their place that cleaned it up and helped out a lot. So hopefully it's a cooperative effort. But like I said, if you're going to host these tournaments and have people come, they got to have a place to stay.
They need a place to stay. That's a key issue.
Okay, Carl Rosen here this morning. Any questions for our rec director? Just give us a text. Text at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. You can text us with questions or comments. Bob?
How long have you been on the job now?
I started in March. Another thing I wanted to put out here is, we were just awarded the Georgia DNR Nature Trails Grant of $100,000.
Oh, good. Where's that going to be?
It's going to be out of the ballpark where our existing walking trails are at, around the lakes.
Right.
They're going to be resurfaced. There will be it'll be surfaced all the way around the lakes. We'll have a standing wood walkway across the top of the water, and it's actually going to connect over to the soccer fields also.
Oh, good.
This is something that was had begun before I got here. Then when I got here, it's one of the things that Luther, the manager, just handed me a stack of stuff and said, figure this out and see if we can get it. So it took me a month to figure it out, but I was in Atlanta. I went up a couple times in December where we were awarded the grant. So we will get started on that probably in about 6 weeks. So that'll be another good positive change, out in the park.
Yeah, that'd be a nice improvement out there because that definitely needs some work.
Yeah.
You still got the geese out there?
about 100 of them.
They can get mighty territorial sometimes.
Yes, they can. I was watching some people interact with them the other day. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, those geese can get mighty territorial. So yeah, when I used to walk out there a lot, I just walk around them. You know, they'll look at you.
Yeah.
You just don't bother them. They won't bother you. Boy, let me tell you, if you start aggravating them, they'll let you know that hey, this is my territory.
Yeah, they're funny to watch.
Okay. Another question just texted in here: will 9 and 10-year-old girls go fast pitch with the girls pitching?
That's something we're going to look at. You know, with the boys this year, we're going to offer 9 and 10. My boys, we're going to offer live pitch and wheel pitch. And kind of let the people decide which way we go. I think we need to go to live pitch in both boys and girls. You know, I believe we get all of our travel players back, which I've talked to a lot of the coaches and all, and that's one thing. They all say they're coming back, and that's what you have to have a successful league because of the pitching. It's not only the pitching. One thing a lot of people don't understand is you lose all of those dads, who are most of the time you're better coaches in your leagues. And so if we can get all of those back, hopefully we can get the girls going. I would love to have 9 and 10 live pitch girls. We need to get preparing our kids at 9 and 10 for middle school. And if we can get enough pitching, I would love to have it.
Okay. It is good that the traveling teams are going to participate more with the recreation department. I know that back in the 90s when I was a coach of traveling soccer teams with a couple of other dads, during the fall when the recreation soccer was going on, we did not travel. We got all the boys and the girls to go there and play with the rec department, and once the season was over, then we put the traveling teams back together and hit the road. So I just think it's important to have that type of support from the traveling teams here for the recreation department, because the recreation department is the farm system.
Yes, that is exactly correct. That's one thing that we need to thrive on is preparing our kids for school ball. Of course, we offer recreation, which is for equality, fair play out at the parks, but also you're wanting to help your others, the players who want to get to that next level, improve to get there. You also want to be able to offer that type of competition.
Right, I agree. So it's good to see that's going to happen. We, the recreation department, have all the players out there. All right, Bob?
They still have those signs on the fence that say kids are kids, it's just a game.
Yeah, but no, I don't think anyone reads it.
I tried to get Steve Clark to take it down and put up It's Life and Death. It's all I want.
It's a game, folks.
Yeah, those signs looked at once, and then I think everyone just avoids them from then on.
People get passionate about their recreation soccer when they're kids, or baseball, or whatever, football. Parents get passionate about it, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Some of them, they carry a little too far. We try to be responsible enough, when we're out there to kind of watch, keep control of it. That's one thing that's going to really change this year. Starting this new year, going to really be implementing all of our ways, my ways, the way I feel a lot of things should be done, not just changing to be changing. And that's one of the things that's going to really be looked at this year, and a lot of changes is, how coaches act during games and how parents act during games. And hopefully everyone will turn our way of doing things where they understand it's just a game. The coaches are out there to teach the kids fundamentals. You're not out there to try to win. You're out there to teach fundamentals, teach them how to play the game. Winning will come with that. And our parents have to understand that they're out there as spectators to watch, and they pull for their kids, and their whole team, not to argue and fuss at officials or say something negative about the other team. And that's the culture we're going to change here. Hopefully it goes over smooth, and if not, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, kids are watching. That's what they are watching and learning when the parents do that kind of stuff.
About the officials, y'all still in charge of the officials? Y'all using association? How's that working?
Yes, we're going to try to start an association this year. Baseball, softball. We've got a good group of basketball officials, who are calling this year. I think right now, Jimmy Peak, who's one of the great officials of all time. There are 3 Jimmy Martin, Jimmy Peak, and that other Jimmy, which I hung out with yesterday a little bit. But he's going to head our officials. We're going to try to get some, I guess you would call them, an umpire school or whatever. It's not hard for them to learn the rules. All they got to do is read the rule book, understand the rules. But we've got one thing I noticed last year: our officials aren't moving. You got to move during the game. You just don't stand and make calls. And if you're moving and you're on top of the play, you make a call, and you're going to miss them. That's just human nature. You're going to miss them. If you've ever umpired, you understand that.
Yeah, Bob understands that real well.
Yeah, Bob's one of those parents who would be having issues with if he was out there.
You just got to be in position. I said I used to always.
It's on top of the play. You make the call right. If you miss, you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
But see, Bob will hold up to his mistakes.
But you just gotta sell it. That's all.
That's just gotta sell it. Act like you know you're confident in your call, and that's the way it is.
Yeah,
You know, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, God, I blew that one. But you're acting like you got it right. Another question just texted in here, Carl. Where do you apply for open positions, I guess, for the recreation department? Any special requirements?
You just need to go down, to the county commissioner's office and, get an application, fill it out, take it back,
Because you said you had some open positions, so I guess that's what this person's inquiring about.
Yes, we have, everything should be on the website by now. It should be listed in the newspaper tomorrow.
And what is that website?
It's I know you found it, Wayne County Recreation.
Just Wayne County Recreation, and you
Wayne County Recreation.
Or Yahoo it, and it'll come up, okay? Because a lot of times you government agencies have these websites, they're like a mile long.
Yeah, WayneCountyRecreation.com, it'll take you out to
Oh, that's
it.
right.
It should be listed.
WayneCountyRecreation.com.
It may not be down that, but I know it should be on the commissioner's site. Be in the newspaper tomorrow. We've got a couple of labor positions coming up, for out of the ballpark.
Okay.
And we'll also have secretary position.
Okay.
All this will be open again, all this with recreation.
All right. Get those applications in. If you want to text questions or comments for Recreation Director Carl Rose, just text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Any other questions for Carl this morning, Bob?
I think we covered it.
We will begin baseball and softball registration within the next week. We're changing all of our leagues, ages, how we want to do it this year. There are going to be a few changes, but that will be out within probably about a week. We'll begin our online registration, if not Friday, Monday.
And that's all softball and baseball.
That's to be softball and baseball and spring sports.
Okay.
I just enjoyed having Spec back, having Spec. Just good to have him. I'm glad to have Spec back in Wayne County. Like I said,
You're glad to have Carl back?
Yeah, I'm glad to have Butch.
We'll make sure.
But Spec just, that was a great hire.
Yeah, I was fortunate to get that. We've talked a few times. And
I said ran the recreation department for years, but he's just doing a great job that I see. I just like him being back in the department. He works hard. Does a good job.
We're fortunate to get him.
It takes a lot of folks to have a good recreation department going in the county, doesn't it, Carl? I mean, we were just sitting there talking about all those people and the people that work for them. It's quite an operation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one thing. People don't understand what goes on behind the scenes, the 16-hour days for everyone. But, it really does run the way we want to, the way it should be run properly. Just like an office, you need 5 to 6 people with their different jobs. You need program coordinators, assistants, secretary, specialists too. Someone running the athletic programs. Because as a director, you really need to be I have to do so much more than athletics.
Right.
And so you need 5 to 6 people there. You need 6 people running our parks out there, our fields.
Kind of like a head coach,
Yeah, just kind of delegating is what you're doing.
Okay, another question just texted in here. When will the swim team start?
They usually start, somewhere around April, end of April.
Yeah, they got a school swim right now. So
yeah, they're doing the school swim. It's
we're talking about the piranhas? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that swim during the summer.
Yeah, they swim through the summer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's when that'll begin. It's late spring.
Right.
We can't be out there for swimming right now, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we'll also, we'll be having golf and tennis.
Golf and tennis.
Leave those out.
And they register now along with
they'll be registering the same time as baseball and softball.
Okay.
Speaking of fishing, you mentioned the 3 legends, Jimmy Overstreet, Jimmy Peak, and Jimmy Martin. But Jimmy Overstreet had the greatest line I ever heard when I was out there watching games. This person was just arguing this call whether the person was out or saved. And Jimmy Martin finally walked over the fence and says, look, he's out today. He'll be out tomorrow. He's going to be out in 20 years. Check the book. He's out.
Yeah, those are the 3 great ones there. That was.
I called him out. He's out.
He's out.
Doesn't matter what you think. He's out today.
Yeah, they were always on top of
He's
it.
out next week. He's out 20 years from now. He's out.
Had the right sayings and all.
Classic.
Another question just texted in. Will baseball games be played in Scriven recreation area this year?
Yeah, we'll have some in Scriven and Odom, just like the previous years. Depending on number of teams, how it's set up, that'll determine how much we want to play. We want to play in both places.
Okay.
You want to allow them a chance, Odom and Scriven, to have games there, generate some revenue through concessions and all.
Right.
And play, use the entire county.
Right. So recreation baseball in Odom and Scriven this year. One of the places the fields closed down at one time for some reason.
You know, Odom just they resurfaced their fields. They
Right.
One field, the field closer to Jessup, they sodded the infield,
Mhm.
so they have a grassy infield, and they redid the clay there and also redid the clay on the other field, which is still skinned.
Okay. So Odom and Scriven baseball games this year, so expect it.
About all the state championship signs, where are they at these days?
We're actually going to do a championship park. Kind of got a decent little layout, and we're going to put all the signs in one place.
Okay.
They're probably going to be stacked about 5 high. It's going to be there right there at the intersection, with Henson Mosley, Bill Morris, Sunset, and the football field. You have that
All
open
right
area
there.
right there. We're going to turn it into a little park there and have all of our signs for all sports.
Is that the reason
Youth
why?
to adult there.
Is that the reason why you got all that stuff? It says don't drive through there.
Yeah, a lot of that, was wet, and we tied in with the city's sewage, and they came through there. So, but it does hold a little bit of water down there on that end, and
Is that where the park's going to be?
that's where the park. It's going to kind of be in the center of
it, so you can kind of build
So
it
you
up
can
and
pull out there and kind of
walk through there.
That with the no drive, you have everyone cutting through. When games are going on, and when it's a little wet, it turns into a bog hole.
Yes, it does, and it's
ones
fun.
in the trucks
It
have
used to be
play.
fun.
Yeah, they
Carl,
have to play
yeah,
when they go through there. They make it worse.
Oh boy! The city has the mud bog every single year, along with Archfest. Usually that first weekend in October, along with Odom Day and all that. Has there been any other talk about any other mud bogs during the spring or anything like that?
I don't know. Joy Miller, who's kind of one who heads that up, I guess you would say. Right now, I've heard nothing different except for them doing that one.
Just that one in the
the
fall.
one they was talking about trying to get a good weekend for it. I think they were looking at moving it around a couple of times to kind of get the perfect weekend to host that mud bog.
Okay.
But they put on a good show.
They do put on a good show. It's fun out there. If you haven't ever seen it before, I love those. The ones with the souped up engines that fly across those things like ducks, man. Jeez.
That's awesome stuff.
That's fun to watch that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work too, putting that together.
Oh,
it is.
That's why I think they would have one a year.
Yeah, we can only handle that once a year. Well, I didn't know if the recreation department would get into it, other than just the city, but apparently that's going to be that one annual event for Mud Bogging. All right. Anything else going on with the recreation department, Carl?
That's it. Just trying to get some changes started. Our Nature Trails grant started. Doing our work at Hall Richardson.
And what's going on for the senior citizen adults at downtown at
Cracker Williams right now? Well, we also have the Dogwood Festival. We were that was left with us. So
it was.
We're about to start with that again.
So the recreation department is involved with that this year.
Yes, and I guess Miss Edna Williams is going to we'll meet with her this week sometimes and try to get all that started. People have been calling about their booths and all.
Okay.
So we'll get that going. Another thing we want to do this year, we want to get more of our program started at Cracker Williams. I want to get a running club going. I try to get a cycling club going.
That'd be great, running and cycling.
Our adult swim, with Walt, the Piranha's coach. He's real enthusiastic about, getting something like that started. And we're going to try to get more of those programs going, get more to see. Right now, we're shut down at Cracker Williams because we had our water main line coming in busted Friday. So we're all dug out and all the concrete's torn up, and we're replacing a lot of pipe right now. So there's no water there right now. So our pool is losing about 4 inches a day. So that's another thing we got to look at, is trying to do something about the pool.
Apparently it's got a leak in there somewhere then.
Well, it has a crack. They all know that. It's had a crack for a while. And that's, we have to find out what we need to do.
Bomb that thing up down there somewhere. All right. Well, it sounds great. Keeping Wayne Countyans active, senior citizens all the way down to the small ones. I mean, everybody has something to do with the recreation department if they want to get involved.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be adding T-ball of 3 or 4 year olds this year. So, I've even had some 2-year-old parents ask me about their kids playing, and that's we're going to take them all. All you do T-ball is just pretty much organized chaos. You teach them how to swing the bat. And run to the white thing and hang it left. That's pretty much the way T-ball is. So
everybody chases the ball when it's hit.
Yeah, that's
you got 9 little kids and they're going for the ball.
That's one of the best programs you guys. T-ball.
Oh yeah, love T-ball.
A lot of fun.
All right. Well, Carl Rose, Recreation Director here at Wayne County Recreation Department. Oh, do we have another one in here? Oh yeah. Has the recreational specialist job been filled? What is that?
No, all jobs were opened up this week. So they
All
will
of
be
them
open
open up
for
this
a
week?
week. It will be open up for another week,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll try again.
All right, just get down to the county office and get your application in if you want to see what positions are available.
Correct.
All right, Carl, thanks for coming in. Great job you're doing.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much, and we appreciate all the help and support from the community and our commissioners.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO.